We're in Winnipeg, Canada, one of the coldest cities in the world. We have about a 116-day growing season. We get our last frost in the third week of May and our first frost in the second week of September, something like that. So that little window in between is the time to grow, and in the winter it gets down to -40. I like to say -40 because that's the same temperature in both Fahrenheit and Celsius. So it gets very cold. And so we don't have the option of leaving potatoes and carrots in the ground over the winter. They will freeze to such a degree that they'll become mushy then in the spring. But parsnips will actually overwinter here. They're the only annual or biennial crop that I know of that you can do that with, the only root veggie that you can leave outside in the winter. So the way they accomplish that is by turning their complex carbs into simple carbs. So it actually makes the parsnips taste even better. They get even sweeter. So here we are on April 26th, and let's go into the garden and dig up some parsnips. What a nice time of year to be harvesting here in Winnipeg, Canada. Okay. So these little sprouts here, the parsnips, and these are actually a nice edible spring green unto themselves. You can eat the greens of parsnips. They're quite nice, actually the same as carrots. You can do the same with those. Let's get out the pitchfork and see what we got in here. Ta-da! Check it out, it's the first worm of the season. How nice is that? It feels so good to get my hands back in the soil after a long winter. So these little ones here, obviously I'm not going to eat those, but we'll see. I'll tuck them back in, and the worm too. Oh look, there's another worm. Yeah, maybe these will even produce some seed yet for us, these little parsnips. So check it out, some of these are real monsters. That's, you know, a substantial amount of food. And look at that, even worms right in with the soil with the parsnip still. Now that is living food. Go cook that up for lunch. Doesn't get any fresher than that. Garlic, and just to show you how early it is in the season, I mean, the garlic is just starting to come up. So this is very early in the season. You can see the tulips haven't even put on buds yet. The tulips have just been out for a few days. So very early. And the fun thing is basically we just throw some seed down every year, and we're in parsnips for life. It's worked out for, I don't know, at least half a dozen years now. And so you can see here over by the raspberries, some seed just drifted over here, and we've got random little parsnips growing everywhere. So I guess I'll dig these up to a few bonus parsnips here. So there you go, about 20 square feet of garden, I would say. And what a nice little harvest. A few pounds of parsnips. Nice way to start off the season. Don't need to store them in the refrigerator like a potato or a carrot. Just simply throw down some seed, and when you start to see those greens coming up in the spring, dig them out. Soft, tender, and sweet. Okay, so just for fun I threw them on the kitchen scale, and in the end that'll come out to 6 or 7 pounds of parsnips once the last of this mud is off of them and all the little lateral roots are cut off. And take off the tops, you know, like let's say 6 or 7 pounds of finished actual food. Or if you were going to get the same at the store, non-organic, it would be about $24 to $28 for the same amount. So we throw them in these little breathable plastic bags like this. These are especially for veggies. We've had them for at least 10 years. They've lasted really well. And I find that if you leave the mud on the parsnips, they actually last longer in storage. So I'll throw these in the fridge now, and just like carrots in the fall, these will last for weeks and weeks and weeks in the fridge. Just to be clear, the reason why we're pulling the parsnips out today is if we leave them in the ground any longer, they're going to turn into seed. They'll get kind of fibrous and they won't taste great anymore. But if we pull them out now, throw them in the fridge, they'll stay super sweet and tender like that for weeks and weeks yet.